Check 1, 2. Now we play the waiting game. Let's see. See if we can get a couple people going here before we start talking about snacks that we eat. Tell you what I'm eating right now. Frozen mango. It's incredible. It's incredible. Doesn't have the texture of most frozen fruit, which is like unedible. Like strawberries get so hard, but you can't bite them. But this stuff, so where's that? Oh yeah. I haven't said much in 4 minutes. I'm just really enjoying this. We also, first time I've had this, frozen dragon fruit. It's also very edible, right from the freezer. It's not hard. Doesn't have as much flavor as the mango though. Mango is where it's at. And apparently the dragon fruit is going to stain my fingers red. Got my fingers stained red and I cannot get them off me. You can catch me and my crew eating hot Cheetos and Takis. What? Let's just wrap. Psoriasis wraps. Let's eat both together. See what happens. So fruit is always a good choice, truthfully. When you're first starting out, if you are trying to cleanse from yeast and do like a full sugar cleanse, obviously fruit should be avoided, but after that, it's definitely one of your best options. Good antioxidants. I'm pretty sure humans are fruitivores. Fruitivores? Anyways. Yo, Jose. What's up, brother? Appreciate you too, my man. Thanks for tuning in. I've also found recently a company called Simple Mills that does like almond flour, chips, cookies, crackers, all that kind of shit. Pretty good, honestly. Good flavor and good ingredients. Best I've seen from like a mainstream company that you can find at Sprouts or anything like that. Energy from... Good question, Jose. Energy from working out? Sorry, I can't even talk. This stuff's so cold. I'm eating frozen mango. For working out, I highly recommend doing a juice pummel of a full orange, couple strawberries, and I mean you can use whatever fruit you want, but like full orange, couple strawberries, and some greens like kale or a kiwi and spinach, and just pummel it in like a ninja or don't juice it because then you get no fibers. But that right before a gym workout, like 40 minutes before you go to the gym, incredible. Anything with a lot of B vitamins too. So if you find certain fruits that are high in B vitamins that you like, toss them in. My fingers are going to be pink from this stuff. Oh, I'll tell you what though, when it's 90, 91 degrees in Georgia right now, this is a perfect snack. Whoop. Where do you typically snack on, Jose? Yeah. Almonds are good for most people. Oh. You can also do flax seeds inside your smoothie. Or the juice pummel that I was talking about. Trying to think like I love guacamole. But it's hard finding crackers to eat it with. Hola, Carla. Yeah, walnuts work too. Most nuts are pretty good for most people. Pistachios, usually, at least for me, not so much. So cold. Yeah, so Jose, for the last like year, a little longer than a year, I haven't really been eating meat at all. But you know, the last couple months I have reintroduced eggs. So right now I only have eaten eggs. I haven't had beef in I don't even know how long at this point. When I was eating beef, it would be like 80, 85+% lean. thing about lean beef is the fat has all the glucose, and the glucose is what you need for energy. So you don't want it too lean, especially if you're not eating things that are high in carbohydrates. At least from an energy standpoint. Yes, Rock. Yep, they say fish, white meat, fish is good. Easy on the digestive system. Lots of vitamin A. Oh, yeah. What do y'all psoriasis people do on a Friday night? I feel like most of us don't drink. At least I don't really drink anymore. Here and there, I'll have a beer or two. But generally, look at how pink my fingers are. Dragon fruit, man. It's turning me pink. Yo, what's up, Psoriasis channel? Thanks for joining. Yeah, Jose, I wouldn't, if you're talking about cigarettes, I would say yes. If you're talking about marijuana, I would say it's up for debate. I don't think it has. I haven't found that that marijuana affects me negatively. I also don't smoke a lot either, so I'm a super casual smoker at this point in my life. My face is freezing. So cold. Yeah, I feel like I need new hobbies. Since I don't smoke, since I don't drink, go out and party the way I used to. I feel like all I do on a Friday night is play video games, which is equally as bad in a different way. What would you do to make sure you stay on the diet? The easiest thing to do, Jose, is to just not buy. Don't keep things in the house that you know are detrimental for your diet. Because if they're there, you'll eat them eventually. Get stressed one night and just say, fuck it. That's what most people do, especially when they're stressed. They will throw caution to the wind. Because you can eat, foods that give you dopamine, rushes, things with sugar. So you start stress eating, you stop caring. So just don't keep it in the house. Meal prep's different. I don't meal prep at all anymore. But my meals are generally simple. Rice with vegetables in a coconut curry. Yeah, no nightshades. Although, I can eat peppers and I can eat tomatoes as long as they're fresh. No problem whatsoever. Eggplant gives me an issue, though. Yeah, same here, Rock. Wheat and sugar, super bad. Wheat and sugar are super bad. Yeah, rice is okay, Jose. I mean, really any type, but yeah, add some garlic or ginger to the rice. I agree. Brown rice is probably a better option. If you ever had berry rice, if you guys haven't had berry rice, it's like it looks red, purple almost. It's excellent though. Yo, best of the best. I call it the Big Five. There's not just one. There's Big Five: dairy, gluten, sugar, alcohol, and coffee. And even though I drink coffee every now and again, more than every now and again, more than I should, coffee is a vice that I always come back to for some reason. I just enjoy a nice cup of coffee in the morning, you know. But those are the Big Five. Let me full screen this. How do I make this bigger? Getting old, man. I need this chat to be bigger. Drinking lean? What does that mean? What do you mean by that, Jose? What about drinking lean? All right, my frozen fruit's gone. I legit have pink fingers. The dragon fruit has stained the skin. All right. Yeah, dairy's a huge trigger for most people. I don't think I've ever talked to somebody who said dairy wasn't a trigger for them, truthfully. My mustache is like tickling my nose. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Coffee is a nightshade, so that could be it. Best of the best. But it also, I think the stimulation from the caffeine to your central nervous system, just whatever that does, I can always tell. An hour after I have a coffee, gets bad. I always know I'm going to pay for it when I drink one, but I just, 7 in the morning on a Saturday, the boys are buzzing. That's what we say, me and the squad, when we're playing some Call of Duty or something. Gotta have a coffee. Cough syrup. Wait, what? Drinking lean? Cough syrup? You're talking about what was it called? Robo tripping? What do they call it? Robo tripping. I almost never take medicine, Jose, so food is medicine. That's the thing. Food is medicine. All the herbs that we have available, they cure a lot of ailments, a lot of sickness. And sickness itself is usually the body excreting what it does not want or need. Yep, that usually happens, Jose. Did they give you antibiotics and or any vaccinations for shots? I mean, they pump a ton of stuff into you, but no, video games don't pay the bills. Purely fun. I think it's hard to make money playing video games. I know people do it, but of all the people that play video games, the ones who make money, It's a very, very tiny percentage. Not only that, a lot of the big name people cheat. Motherfuckers cheat. Yeah, Jose, that's that happens. That gut health. You know what it's all about if you see my original video. So if they do surgery and give you a bunch of antibiotics, that just kills all the bacteria in your body. Good and bad. That's the problem. I feel like doing other videos. Not on psoriasis, though. It's like, you know, when I was on that journey, and it was a huge thing for me personally, right? It was the whole reason I made the video was simply for information that I believe most people didn't have that they should have, that is correct. You know what I mean? Right? You weren't going to go to your doctor and get the information that I was giving you because they didn't know. Most of them didn't know. Got to spin that off some other way. Different topics. Yeah, Jose, if you have another surgery, I would I would talk to your doctor about how necessary the antibiotics are, because the problem is a lot of the times nowadays they'll do things as a precautionary just so that they don't have to worry about legal issues if something does go wrong. So, you know, and if they do say it's 100% necessary, then I would ask them about taking a probiotic and a prebiotic on top of that. But I'm not sure how much it would help depending on, you know, while you're taking the antibiotics. Yeah, that's what they do. They give out a lot of pills and lotion that even when it does work, it only works until you're done taking it. Then it doesn't work. Wait, Psoriasis channel, your neighbor's an online casino guru and that's how he makes money? Does he own the online casino? Or is he an incredible hacker? In which case, we should talk to him. Because I feel like you can't really beat an online casino. You can't even beat a real casino. Half the time, let alone an online casino. I don't know if you guys were into online poker years ago. You remember the big Absolute Poker scam? It was Absolute Poker and a couple of the other ones. People were literally, you know, they had scripts where they could see the deck of cards, all the community cards that were going to come out. So they knew what the board was going to be before you did. Pretty easy to make money that way. Yeah, it's Jose. We know who Jack Hoff is. It's Jack Mehoff. Said his name wrong. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, but if you're playing all night in a casino, doesn't matter how long you play. If casinos, every game in a casino has a percentage of winning and losing to it that always favors the house. That's the whole point of those casino games. There is not a casino game in the world that doesn't favor the house. And they say with blackjack, if you play it perfectly, you have a 2% edge as a non-house, as a patron or whatever you want to call it. Which, okay, even if that's true, that's if everybody at the table is playing the way the game is supposed to be played by the book, and that never happens. So We're talking the house always has an edge, even if it is 2%. If you're taking in 100 million and you're giving out 98 million back in winnings, you still made $2 million. So where's everybody tuning in from? I'm down in Georgia. Yeah. Casinos are literally ripoffs. I used to love the casino too. Till I moved to Vegas, and then I didn't really ever go. I used to go drive from... I say I love the casino, but what I really loved was poker. Although I did love roulette, which probably has the worst odds in the casino, but I love roulette. But I used to drive 2 hours from Boston to Foxwoods. Yeah. And that was legitimate. Like fun, legitimate fun. And then when I was in Vegas for a couple of years, I almost never went to the casino. Milwaukee. Is it warm up in Milwaukee today? Trying to think of some other good snacks. Sometimes I'll eat potato chips, which is not a healthy snack at all, but if it's just potato, if some of the good ones have no canola oil, so it's just potato and olive oil or potato and avocado oil, it's not terrible. Yo, what's up, Ecoism? Ecoism? Ecosm. I eat oats a lot, though. Sometimes I'll even eat it as a snack. So if I do eat breakfast, I'll eat oats generally. And I just do gluten-free oats. Most oats are gluten-free. They should be gluten-free. Otherwise, you're eating some weird oats. But oats and a little bit of cacao nibs, which arguably is a nightshade. Well, it is a nightshade, so it's arguably not right for everybody. But I put a little bit of cacao nibs, and I cut up fresh strawberries, and then a little bit of butter and honey. A little bit of honey. So good. Oh, no shit. Whereabouts? Like right in the city, or? So I'm on the west side. I'm in the ghetto. I'm in the ghetto on the west side in Atlanta. I've got a garden going out back, and it was going good for a while, but now I have a complete infestation of squash beetles and Mexican, the hell are they called? Mexican bean beetles, I think is what they call them. They're like these little yellow, they look fuzzy, and they have like black spikes on them. They're soft though. I don't know. I've been squishing them for like the last 5 days. Every morning I go out there for like an hour, squish all these beetles, and then I put some diatomaceous earth down. Midtown, Jonesboro. Okay, I know where all those are, so that's cool. I've only been here like a year, so I'm kind of still learning the layout. But I definitely bought my bed in Jonesboro. Little mom and pop shop down there. And then Marietta, I've been up there because there's a whatchamacallit, what's it called? What's the big electronics store? Micro Center up in Marietta. And Midtown's pretty cool. A lot of bars and stuff. Midtown's hopping. So actually, this is food related, but this is not something we should be eating. However, so my girlfriend is not gluten-free or anything like that. And so she loves pizza. And there's this place on the Beltline called Nina and Raffi. It's like Detroit style pizza, and it is maybe my favorite pizza I've ever had. It's incredible. I don't know. I've never had another place that called themselves Detroit style, so I don't know what makes it Detroit style pizza, but so good. So anytime we have pizza, I say I'm not having pizza unless we go to Nina and Raffi, because if I'm gonna cheat, it better be worth it. Yeah, Amaza was really good too. You're right. She just chimed in from the other room. Amaza. That's also a good place here. Amaza. But yeah, if you guys just saw me, I was eating frozen mango, so I don't know who joined late, but one of my favorite snacks nowadays, especially when it's hot, because yeah, cools you down, tastes delicious, good for the skin, good for the body, and mango doesn't freeze the way that like strawberries freeze. You ever try to bite into a strawberry when it's frozen? It's impossible. You'll crack your teeth open. Yes, that is a guitar behind me. I do play. I'm not very good, but I play. Yeah, Psoriasis channel. Cheese on the pizza. Itchy for days. For me, that's like a once every several months kind of thing. Can I play something? Oh man, put me on the spot. We can write a song together about psoriasis. Ecos, and that's a RTX 2060 in the background, not a 2070 Super. It should be a 2070 Super. I don't think this thing's tuned up right now. Let's check it out. Where's my tuner? Ho ho. I don't know how it's gonna sound with the mic picking stuff up here. City clutching useless lists, keys for doors that don't exist, and I crack my teeth on pearls. Tear into the history, show me what it means to me in this world. Yeah, in this world. I'm due for a miracle. I'm waiting for a sign. I'll stare straight into the sun, and I won't close my eyes till I understand or go blind. Boom! Live concert. That's all we get. It's my go-to for thrice. Although, it's hard to hear myself without these headphones on. I think I gotta change something. These headphones are like super noise canceling. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. If you think that's good, you should check out my girlfriend's channel. She's an actual singer. She's really good. She's really good. Oh, that's better. Like a pop star. Woo! Pop star coming in hot. We could just write a song about psoriasis. Yo, allodaxophobia. Are you afraid of dinosaurs named Allodaxis? What's allodaxophobia? I'll tell you what psoriasis is, but first you gotta tell us what allodaxophobia is. Allodoxophobia. And then we can write a song about it. Allodoxophobia is the fear of eating cheese. It makes me cringe every time I see that squishy stuff. It makes my skin crawl, if you please. So help me stay away from cheese. Allodaxophobia, fear of cheese. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. He didn't tell us. Well, allodaxophobia, if you're still listening, psoriasis is an autoimmune condition of that manifests in the skin, so you get like red spots on your skin. Yeah, me too, psoriasis channel. Me too. I wish I didn't know what psoriasis was. Don't we all feel that way? Yeah, I think that's what we meant, Rock. If we didn't know what it was, meaning we didn't have it. It shouldn't exist. I've got a theory that it's due to neurotoxicological damage from vaccinations. I'm a big against the vaccine guy. Maybe that's what I'll do my next video on. Something like that. Or masks. So done with COVID-19 nonsense. Better write a song about snacks. Why you always snacking on us? Somewhere in the fridge, something I could eat at anyone and everyone could find. It's gotta be gluten-free. It cannot be cheese or my skin will crawl. I'll itch until I'm 90. Far beyond those walls, gleaming black and white, further than our false schemes of wrong and right. It's a field where we can walk, leaving all our names behind. And I will meet you there, beyond the pines, templed in twilight or dawn. Dawn, there's light and easy air, Tracing the lines on our palms. Yeah, I think glyphosate is probably not the cause, but definitely an exacerbator. I mean, it's a toxin. Let's be honest. It is not a chemical that should be in the body in any quantity. So I'm with you on that one, 100%. I really can't take gluten-free food. Gives me a really sore headache. Different type. Oh yeah, if you're talking about that kind of gluten-free, I agree, Rock. I actually tell people that just because it says gluten-free does not mean you should and could eat it. Yeah. But things that are naturally gluten-free, like fruit, etc. You know, Big TV. What up? Yeah, like rice is naturally gluten-free. Should be. And if you're not hypersensitive to things, then not being manufactured or processed in a facility that also processes foods that have gluten, it's still probably not an issue. So, unless you're hypersensitive to it, which is some people will be. Like for me, I eat oats, and the ones that I like, the ones that I really like are a little expensive, so I only get them when they're on sale. They're from a company called 1 Degree. And the other company I get them from is Bob's Red Mill, which I'm sure all you've heard of. And I think Bob's Red Mill says on all of their products that they are processed in a plant where they also process other things like, you know, barley or wheat, rye. I don't know. I could be wrong. Bob's Red Mill might have specific gluten-free processing plants, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't worry about trace, you know, in the kitchen, someone cross-contaminates a little bit of dust somewhere. That's like, I'm not that sensitive, I don't think. Should trust the doctor. I was diagnosed with psoriasis, rosacea, only from view, and she said it will heal in a couple months. That's a tough question, because if you've seen any of my other videos, right, one of the headlines, one of the titles is "Do not trust your doctor," which is a generalization, and it really comes down to if you trust your doctor, because every doctor is different. There's just like any other profession, you're going to have some bad apples that. And with doctors, sometimes I shouldn't even say bad apples, because it's not even about that. They're not intentionally telling you misinformation. They just believe things that aren't true because they've been educated, right? If you go through 8 years of school, and in this textbook that you took all your tests on, and it says diet has nothing to do with psoriasis, right? Of course, you're going to come out of there believing that that's true, even though it's not. You're not lying to people. You're not telling somebody a lie. You physically, emotionally, internally, everything about you believes that that is true. So there's a huge difference. So I want to be careful when I say do not trust your doctor. It's not you shouldn't trust any doctor. It's just you got to be just pretty young. Age doesn't matter. Always, because you can have good experience and be young, and you can be a robot and be old. Like you could have been doing it for years, but you've never thought outside of the box. You never questioned, the pharmaceutical companies, and you buy into that whole system. So I would say, did she give you any prescriptions? Did she try to write you a prescription really quick? Did she listen to the information that you gave her, like, hey, this has never happened, and now it's happening, and here's the changes I've made in my life recently, etc. If they don't listen to you, then I would say don't trust them. And that's just because they don't care, right? They're busy, and they got to get through X amount of patients every day. That's the fact in the doctor's office. They have to push patients through. So if they're not listening to you, they're just trying to push you through, and they think they know something, and they're going to give you a quick prescription, and they want you out of there. Oh, you can hear stereo audio? Is that like a... Okay. Hold up. 'Cause Is that better? Check one, two. Is that better? Check one, two. Is that better? Tell me we're there. All right. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate it. Still learning. Yeah, Ecosm, if it's been a month and it's... So wait, did you say she gave you a prescription or no? She just told you it would get better? Because she's probably not wrong. Excuse me. And if it is gone from red to pink and it's on its way back towards the color of your skin, then you're probably all set. Yo, high score. Thanks. Appreciate that. Glad I could help, and thanks for tuning in. You're giving me hope right now. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why because I didn't change anything after I turned it on so when I was playing I could hear myself without having like the noise cancellation headphones, because these aren't technically noise cancellation, but they're literally can't hear anything with them on. Yeah, you too, Ecosm. If you have any flare-ups or have any questions in the meantime, come back. Or if anything happens, if it doesn't get better, myself and a lot of these people here can definitely help you. It's Friday night and I feel alright. The party's here on the west side. Oh man. Maybe we'll start every live stream rock with the guitar just until a couple people show up and ask questions. So I feel super awkward talking to myself for the first 5 minutes until anybody joins. It's like, do I just start talking? Are they gonna get the information, or do they join in and then they start in the middle? So maybe the guitar just to get a couple of people in. Yeah, bread is a trigger for almost everybody, and almost everybody. Gluten. Most breads have gluten. Bread is a big no-no. There is a company that makes a decent gluten-free bread called Little Northern Bakehouse. So of all the gluten breads I've seen, and I haven't looked at all of them, but like when I go to the store I use Instacart nowadays, but every couple of months if I'm in the store, I'll check and see like if anybody's come out with some new products that look really good ingredient list wise. And Little Northern Bakehouse, they've got the best one I've seen so far. So what about soy? So I'm still questionable on soy. I don't think it is detrimental, but it does I feel like if I have too much soy, I start breaking out with pimples on my back. Not in that sounds super gross when you say it, but like small, like little bumps, like not even like pimples. I don't know how to describe it. It's like small little whitehead bumps or something. And I'm not 100% positive if it's the soy, but I think so because that was the only thing I was eating more of than normal at the time. It's like when me and my girlfriend first moved into this apartment. I've never had soy oil, so I was just talking about straight up eating tofu. So I don't drink soy milk. I don't believe in most of the milks that are not milk. I think oat milk is usually safe. Almond milk is probably safe, but you got to get the ones that don't have all the extras in it. So like the big name companies like Almond Breeze and all that stuff, they put a bunch of what's the word, like preservatives and stuff in it. It just makes it a no-no. Oh, beer is off limits, Ended. Beer is itchy right away. And don't get me wrong, I love a good beer, and I still have one every now and again. But yeah, that's going to cause problems with your psoriasis 100% of the time. Told my doctor my psoriasis was minimal and didn't bother me, so she decided to prescribe Humira. I don't know whether to laugh or cry at that one, Bink. What did you do? I can tell that you probably were like, no thanks. Yo, Killian O'Keefe says hi. What up, Killian? Hola. McDonald's fries are fried in soy oil. That doesn't surprise me. I don't even eat from fast food chains. I won't. It's disgusting. Cigarettes, no. Marijuana, yay. And when I say no, like cigarettes bad, marijuana, okay. How do I get my chat to show up in a different spot? That's what I really want. Like I'm looking down and away from the camera so I can read the chat. Yes, Tazy, what's up? For most people, yes, especially cigarettes. Same thing, and Ed. Truthfully, I would say the clear liquors are a better option than, say, like beer or whiskey or bourbon, like things made from rye. But because like take vodkas made from potatoes usually, but still a lot of the problems with psoriasis revolve around keeping your liver healthy, and pummeling it with some alcohol never ends well. You'll almost always have flare-ups, itchiness, etc. Tobacco is a nightshade plant. So that's why cigarettes for most people are poor. And then cigarettes in general, they usually have a bunch of other stuff in them. Yo, Ramiro, thank you for listening. That's what we're here for, right? So I always laugh when people say things like, oh, you got an education from YouTube University or whatever it is that people say, right? Those same people will also use YouTube if it fits their narrative. But if YouTube didn't censor people, it would be the biggest peer-reviewed community ever, right? It's like they have this, what's that saying, like the truth is incontrovertible, like it will always rise to the top, right? You cannot stop what is true because it somehow will find a way. It's like life, right? It's like life finds a way. Plants somehow live in awful places where there's not very much sunlight, like whatever it is, like life finds a way. I think the truth is like that too, right? And the problem, this comes back to like education. Is people who get highly educated in one subject often only look at it through that one lens, and they often, especially people like our age and younger, they're very arrogant about their education. They think like because they went to school they know everything. That's it. I graduated college with a degree in biochemistry, so I know that psoriasis can't be caused by food, or like whatever it is they choose to say. It doesn't matter the topic. I'm just using this one as an easy one to relate to. But they think they know everything because they went to school and read a book that somebody else produced, government mandated half the time, or pharmaceutically funded half the time. They think they know things. Dry red wine. Love dry red wine. Good old Cabernet Sauvignon. Super bad for me, though. Always. Any kind of alcohol. So anybody asking about beer, wine, vodka, doesn't matter for me and for almost anybody I've ever worked with. And I've literally worked with thousands of people over the last 7 years. Always an issue. Alcohol. I'm not going to say smoking marijuana is good for your psoriasis. It might be. I've not done any high testing on if it's good. I do smoke every now and again, but I don't smoke a lot. And but I never have like flare-ups from marijuana. That's for sure. Never had. I do take CBD oil, and that's semi-recent in my life. And I'm wondering, maybe that helps, because I feel like it's been a little better. Weekly injections, which contain cortisone. Yeah. Made me gain 45 kilograms in a year. Wow. But your psoriasis cleared up. Now you stop taking them for 6 months. So have you... It's back really bad. Yeah. I hear you, Tazy. So the whole idea with psoriasis is to eliminate toxins from the body. So before I say this, because legally this is the things that people have to say, I'm not a doctor. I cannot give you medical advice. Okay, but from my experience and from all the people I've worked with over the years, eliminating foods from your diet that are detrimental to especially your liver or systemic yeast infections, etc., will clear your psoriasis. So you'll also lose a lot of weight. No dairy, gluten, sugar, coffee, and alcohol. Those are the big five that I call. It's what I call the big five. Those 5 foods. You personally may have other triggers than other people, right? Some people can eat eggs. Other people cannot eat eggs. Okay, but those big 5: dairy, gluten, coffee, sugar, and alcohol. If you get rid of those, your psoriasis will it may not be fast, but it will clear up eventually. And you're talking 90% clear at the very least from what I've seen. So everybody's body's different, takes a long time. Some people take, 3 months. Other people take a year. Some people take 2 weeks. So it really depends on how well you heal. Why am I... No, I'm hearing an echo. There we go. Can you still hear me? Have tried the probiotics called Skinessa. No, I have not. It has worked really well for me until I started eating bread and drinking beer. Yeah, bread and beer are terrible. I've not tried Skinessa. I will take a look at that, though. Oh, Alan Podersalu. Coffee was fine for me. That's awesome, brother. I wish I were you, because that's like the one vice I can't get rid of. Coffee's not good for me, but I just enjoy a cup of coffee every now and again. It's so good. Yeah, Tazy, for sure. Especially if you drink your coffee not black. So I only drink black coffee nowadays because, A, I know coffee's bad for me anyways. I'm not supposed to drink it, but I do love it. I actually really enjoy it black, and I drink it out of a French press or a pour-over. So there's a lot less acidity. The flavor notes are way better. But most people drink coffee, they drink a bunch of cream and sugar in it. So if you're a coffee addict and you're drinking several coffees a day, that's going to be a big one for you. It's hard to do at first. But like anything else, after 2 weeks, you won't even miss it. You'll have just as much energy as normal. Probably more, truthfully. L-glutamine, high score, that's a good one. L-glutamine's a good one. Killian O'Keefe, fruit. So, Skinessa meant to be good? I don't know if that's a question or a statement, but so fruit, yes, fruit is good, especially, I would say if you are just starting and you're doing a sugar cleanse because you believe that systemic yeast infection is partially the cause of your psoriasis, then I would say fruit is no good initially. However, yes, after that, after a few weeks, fruit is incredible and definitely one of your best staples. The only fruit that I always recommend people not eat is bananas. Don't eat bananas. Other than bananas, you can pretty much eat all the fruit on the list. I love kiwis. So the most common fruits I eat, I eat strawberries like almost every day. I'm obsessed because in my oats, in my oatmeal in the morning, strawberries. I don't know what it is. The strawberries and the butter, strawberries and cream, something. There's like something that clicks there, and then you got the like cacao nibs that you put in it. It's so good. So strawberries. I eat a lot of frozen mango lately because it's easy to eat and it's delicious. Kiwis. Kiwi might be my favorite fruit of all time. And you got to eat the skin. If you're peeling the skin off of a kiwi, you're doing it wrong. And I know it's fuzzy and weird, but the moment you try it with the skin on it, you'll realize that the texture in your mouth is not the same as the texture you get on your fingers. And it's like 100 times easier to just crush a kiwi without having to peel it and cut it and do all that shit. I'm Italian, Psoriasis channel, mostly Italian. My mother's side, it's like some German and Irish. But my father's side, it's like full Italian. Yo, Detalis. Hi there. I'm eating whole wheat bread for 1 month now. Haven't seen any new patches, but the ones I have haven't improved. I've took them off from my diet for a month, but haven't seen much improvement. Yeah, Detalis, if you're eating bread, I would ask you what other glutinous, what other gluten products are you eating? Because if you're still eating pasta, or if you're still eating drinking beer, etc., then you've got a lot of other issues that it might not just be the bread for you. So I would, if you want to just list everything you can think you eat in the last 2 weeks, make a list. Send it to me right here, and I'll tell you. It's just easier to do it that way than list the things that you can't eat, because you can eat almost everything. You just can't eat gluten, dairy, sugar, coffee, and alcohol. So apples and berries. Yeah, apples and berries are great. Strawberries, kiwis, citric fruits. Oh, citric fruits are major triggers for you. No shit. Okay. See, I love oranges. Hi, man. Once again, greetings from Serbia. Yo, Awaxaka, I remember you. I remember Devin Pierce, too. Thanks for joining in. Greetings from Atlanta. Oh, no. Bananas. Wait, do Swedish people eat a lot of bananas? Is that a Swedish thing? So the I don't know how it is over there, but the bananas in the USA, like, there's almost no such thing as a real banana anymore. They are like clones. So you remember the banana growing up? You remember bananas had black seeds in them? Always. They had, if you cut a banana in little, circular rings and left it and like splayed it out on a plate, every ring would have like seeds in the middle, like a kiwi. They look like a kiwi. And now they don't look like that at all because they're not even real bananas. Fake bananas. Fake annas.
I was the one who told you that.
Say what?
I was the one who told you that.
No, you reminded me, but you're right. Too much fruit. Yeah, I don't know though. I honestly think, yeah, I think with anything there can be too much because I think we're technically frutivores, right? Herbs, fruits, nuts. That's what we're supposed to eat. Or not herbs, but plants. Fruits, nuts. We can eat everything, right? We can eat meat. There's no, but I don't think our diet is supposed to contain 3 meals of meat per day. I mean, think about, right, if you break it down to like being super primitive, there is no way you'd be able to find meat 3 meals a day if you lived in the wild. Like you wouldn't be catching that, or at least not initially, not until you had a really good like a really good, I don't know what the word is, like system. Like you'd have to, like, traps or nets or whatever you're using, you'd have to have a really good system to be able to eat meat 3 times a day every single day if you couldn't just walk to the store and get it. Oh yeah, I love Blueberries, Psoriasis channel. Actually, that reminds me, I ordered an Instacart the other day, and after they left, there was 2 things of blueberries in my package that I definitely didn't order. I forget to see if they charged me for them, but I definitely got someone else's blueberries. I'm not upset about it. Not regarding food, but what do you think about masturbation and sex as triggers for psoriasis? I don't know. So I don't think it would necessarily trigger your psoriasis, but if you have psoriasis, let's say you have psoriasis on your genitals, if you're pumping blood flow through there, then it might get red, etc. I know that from experience. So, but no, I don't think it's a trigger. Like, if you have sex, you're not gonna like get patches all over your body. Is that your experience, Oaxaca? Detal says, I've never drunk alcohol before, and I'm not a coffee fan either. When it comes to gluten product, I only eat whole wheat bread, as it's a staple in my country. I do eat whole wheat pasta, but once a week. Yeah, so, yeah, pasta, regardless of how often you eat it, if you're trying to get rid of psoriasis, it is a systemic condition. So eating something once a week, if you're not, if you've never been fully clear or healed before, if your body is in a state of constant, like, getting toxins out, and you're even feeding it once a week, especially if it's a yeast related issue, then you're not going to see much improvement. So I don't know if you missed it earlier, but we were talking about how sometimes people take, depending on the person, can take several months before they see, like legitimate solid improvements in their psoriasis. Some people take a couple weeks. It really depends on the person, but Steve Jobs was a fruitarian, and remember how that worked out. Yeah, he also drank like 9 coffees a day, and being a fruitarian, that I don't know what else Steve Jobs ate. So I would highly doubt that Steve Jobs only ate fruit. However, if he did, then that's probably a clear indication that too much sugar-based food all the time is not so great. But he drank coffee like it was going out of style. So, yeah, blueberries freeze well. You can't eat them right out of the freezer, though. You gotta let them sit. They're hard as a rock. They're not like mangoes. Mango's got that. I don't know what it is, but those come out of the freezer. You can just bite right in. It's possible, Oaxaca. I've never heard that, but I will not write it off, because you're right. You get, just like when you have a caffeine high, those endorphins are running, and you've got like this whole systemic feeling in the body that is a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a stimulant, right? And you can definitely get that from blood pressure and thrills and having sex, etc. So I'm not going to write that off and say no. From my experience, that has not been an issue, but could be. Yo, Alan, that's awesome, brother. 6 weeks. You're one of the lucky ones. One of the lucky ones. Yeah, Detalis, I'm with you. It's one of the hardest things is about disciplining yourself to a diet that is conducive for dealing with psoriasis, is understanding and having that mentality that you're going to eat a lot of the same food a lot of the time. So for me, at first it was really hard, because just like anybody else, I didn't have any food restrictions before I had psoriasis. I could just eat whatever I wanted. I never got fat. I was also active all the time anyways. I wasn't an unhealthy person to begin with, but I could eat whatever I wanted. There were no physical consequences that I knew of. And yeah, so that was hard, disciplining yourself. The easiest thing I would say to do is to not keep things in the house that you know you shouldn't eat. So if you have cookies in the house, well, when you're hungry and you've had a bad day at work and you come home and it's there and it's easy and you don't have to make anything and maybe you want a snack, you might reach for the cookies. But if there's no cookies in the house, you can't eat them. So using your environment to kind of manipulate your willpower is one of the biggest helpful pieces of advice I can give you. No, Steve Jobs ended up with cancer, Tazy. That was the, I think that was the reference. I don't think he had psoriasis. Yeah, high score. I think grass-fed's the way to go. That's what cows eat. So if they're eating grain and a bunch of stuff that they normally don't eat, that's how they get fat quick, because it basically, I don't know. I guess if you look at it from a logical standpoint, they get fat because they have stuff blocking their natural, waste secretion and everything. So just like humans, right? You eat a lot of stuff that you're not supposed to eat, a lot of cookies, a lot of Oreos, a lot of stuff like that. Those people get really overweight. It's because their body can't keep up with dealing with all the toxins. The liver is only one organ. It can only do so much. And once that organ is overloaded, well, then your body either, finds another way, like pushing it through the skin, which is what most people deal with psoriasis, or cancer, right? Because there's a lot of people, there's a whole school of thought behind cancer being the mechanism that the body is using to try and save you. So when it creates a tumor, it's collecting all of that waste in that spot, right? So when you eat something, maybe you have a hole, like maybe there's something wrong with the lining of your blood, your veins in a certain spot, and so stuff's leaking into the body, right? Your body will protect you. It makes a sac, something to hold it. Yeah, 6 months for a food elimination diet to see improvement. I would agree 100%. If you're not doing at least 6 months, you may not see any improvements. If you're doing 6 months and you haven't seen an improvement, then you need to reevaluate what you're doing. Kim Kardashian does have psoriasis. She's also got billions of dollars. She could hire a personal chef every minute of the day for a different snack. Cook her up something psoriasis friendly. First few weeks is definitely the hardest. Wait, cows who are fed sugar beet refuse? So if you try to feed a cow a sugar beet, it won't eat it? Kardashians have too much sex. That's funny. Oh, wait. 99% dark chocolate? I can barely eat 80%. It's so bitter. I like cacao nibs though, but I put them in my oats, but I have honey to sweeten it a little bit. Alan, you're a savage if you can eat 99% cacao straight up and enjoy it. Cacao's also a nightshade though, I'm pretty sure. Some people have issues with cacao. Oh. What's everyone doing on a Friday night? I asked this earlier, but I don't know if I got any good answers. What do y'all do? So I don't drink anymore. So it's like being 34 years old and you don't drink much. What do you do? Getting tired. That's how I know I'm old. It's 5:30 on a Friday night. About to take a nap. Nothing much. Corona. Oh, don't even get me started on Corona. Yeah, Alexander, I got a little bit on my scalp. You can kind of see it in the front there. But, I don't know if you just joined or not, but I've said this in one of my videos years ago, but when you have psoriasis all over your body, no matter who you are, if you see a very large improvement, you tend to relax your restrictions and kind of find something that balances you, because we all got to live a little bit, right? So I still drink coffee every now and again, which I probably shouldn't, because I always have an itchy scalp when I drink coffee. but love my coffee. So, once or twice a week maybe. And it goes in phases. So I'll drink coffee a couple times a week for a little while, and then I'll stop for months because I know I shouldn't be doing it. So basically, whenever my psoriasis gets to a point where like it's annoying me more than it should be, and I know that I can fix it because I know what I'm doing wrong, then I kind of do that for a while till it starts getting a lot clearer. So it comes down to comfortability. But yeah, I've got a little bit now. Killian O'Keefe in Ireland? Never would have guessed that you were from Ireland. Everything that tastes bitter is good for psoriasis. Okay. That's interesting. I can get down with that for the most part. Yeah, I've done a liver flush, Tazy, and I've done, if you want to call it colon flush, a enema. I've done that. I've had matcha green tea latte, but the caffeine, I got itchy after any kind of caffeine usually. But matcha is super bitter, so that's interesting. Yeah, Tazy, I would agree. Liver flushes are good. Definitely get some milk thistle. Get some high quality milk thistle too. If you can get tinctures. So some of you saw this last stream, but I got a good friend of mine who's been an herbologist for years and years, and he makes tinctures. This one's CBD oil. The company's called Adaptonic, but they make tinctures for like anything you can think of, and they make really good milk thistle. So, and when you get it in liquid form, it's easier for the body to process. So, the only downside of tinctures is that sometimes they use alcohol. So, it's a very small amount, but you get the idea. I eat jasmine rice and brown rice, and then also one of my favorites, berry rice. Yeah, Tazy, I did feel like the liver flush helped. I got Andreas Moriatis, or whatever that guy's name is, his book, where you do the grapefruit and all that. The only thing I would say is do not do as much cherry juice and is it apple juice? Apple cider and cherry. He basically makes you drink like a quart a day, and I did, and at one point I was like drunk on, sugar. I'm pretty sure. So don't do it that way. Yeah, high score. I eat jasmine rice and brown rice and berry rice. Berry rice. That's what I was about to say. That's the shit. If you guys haven't had berry rice, fuck's calling me right now. Yeah, if you haven't had berry rice, that is where it's at. It's like red, purple. I don't even know. It's pretty good though. Oh, what other topics are you guys interested in? Yeah, Google that berry rice. I think it's called riceberry rice. High scores on those salads. Yeah, early on, high score, I tell people to stay away from rice because it's basically just breaks down into sugar. So if you're doing a sugar cleanse, then rice is not your friend for a while. But yeah, get some rice, man. Those salads get old, I'm with you. Oh, all right. I got to wrap this up. My dad just called. I want to call him back. Say hi to the old man. And then I'm going to try to do this a couple times a week, so hopefully people still join and are interested in. But I'd also love to get into some other topics eventually. Yes, and Ed, I actually do stream a little bit on Twitch. I play Call of Duty, League of Legends, and I might start playing Spellbreak just for a little fun. to tell us any suggestions not to lose weight on a strict diet. It's super hard, but if yeast isn't your issue, to tell us, then you can substitute the bread for, say, rice or potatoes. So anything that's like a starch vegetable, and that should give you plenty of calories. You'll still lose weight because weight, remember, just because you're gaining weight doesn't mean you're gaining good weight. So if you've got 45 pounds that somebody has gained and or lost because of bread, that doesn't mean that the weight should be there. Your body was probably inflamed. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. But if you guys got other topics, any other ideas, shoot them my way, because I would love to do more of these videos, but sometimes I just don't know what to talk about. That's kind of the reason that I stopped doing my videos years ago, is I ran out of information about psoriasis that people, couldn't find in one of the other videos. I didn't want to seem redundant, like I was just making videos to make videos. So everybody, enjoy your night. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for tuning in.